Azadi is a semi-cooperative game where players are revolutionaries fighting for freedom. We will rebox the game here on Legendary Tactics. Azadi is a follow-up / expansion to SHASN. I hope I'm saying that right. SHASN, which is a game that came out to some pretty good acclaim in 2021. This is the expansion which is scheduled to be officially launched next year. And you can get a sense of the components here. Now, this is a very political game. These are some of the cards, and they all the cards deal with things like ideology and that sort of thing, and various events that are political in nature. So it's a very interesting game. If you know anything about semi-cooperative games, what's really neat about them is you do have to work together. You know, but not in the same way as you would in a game like Pandemic, because ultimately there can only be one winner. So if all the players decide to, fight amongst themselves, then they will all lose the game to the game system. However, if they work together, there can only be one winner. And so it creates a nice tension that isn't always present in purely cooperative games. So here's a look at the components. I've got an early copy of this, and so the components are pretty good. You can see we like to rebox things here on Legendary Tactics and put things back the way they actually arrived in the box. We just find it's a great way to store things, and all you really need to do is just hover your hands over top and just let the pieces come to you. And even when you're putting them in the bag, just hold the bag over top and they tend to just suck back in as though they're vacuumed up. There's, especially with the little when there's a lot of little pieces there, sometimes they get caught in the bag and you gotta rearrange things a little bit. It helps if you throw them in by hand as well, but it's certainly much cleaner now than it was at the beginning of the video. Anyway, there's all sorts of components to this. There is it takes, from what I understand, it's not necessarily the easiest game in the world to learn, but there is, from what I have discovered so far, there appears to be a lot of depth to it. So I'm looking forward to seeing how everything ties together. And apparently there are different paths to victory and so forth. You pick different ideologies, different styles of play, and you can, win by hunger strike. You can win by taking up arms and fighting against the oppressors. And this ties in very much to themes that are going around in board gaming right now, which are the sort of the anti-colonial themes. So a game like Spirit Island, for example, which is a purely cooperative game, has that same flavor where the idea of colonists being invaders, and you're the peaceful people that are having to put up with that. And so this, like in a similar vein, kind of flips the script a little bit and puts the players in the position of being the revolutionaries and finding a way to become free. And so it's going to be interesting, not only as a game, but also potentially as a political discussion as well. And this could be something that is going to lead to some interesting debates. Now, these are where the tokens are placed. You can see the 7 out of 13. That basically shows how many you need to control in order to gain control of that particular space. Beyond that, I don't know. I've started on the rules, but I'm not all the way through them yet. So this is just a closer look at the different configurations of boards that you can get in this game, it's a very interesting look. I have to say, it's a very unique kind of looking game. I can't think of a game that looks quite like it. There's a lot of iconography, and the artwork is definitely feels to me to be very unique. So I think this is going to be an interesting one to look at. And as you can see, the rules are not insubstantial. The seem to be very well laid out, but there's a fair bit of reading there and a little bit of understanding involved. You're supposed to actually scan the top part with the little white triangle that gives you the narrative side of it, the why the rules are in place, and then the rest of it is the actual how to play. So we're just going to pack this together. As I said, this is an early copy, so we have the bubble wrap there. I'm sure it'll be done differently when you get the proper full version. The cover art, though, is very snazzy, very shiny, and looks great. So anyway, this is how you rebox Azadi. We hope you got something out of this video, and we'll see you here next time on Legendary Tactics.